Well, hi, look at all this stuff. So this is a bunch of parts David brought me from S14 land. And I have chalk sprayed them so that they show up better on the 3D scanner. So we're gonna see if I can make these things reproducible through 3D printers. There's a couple of goals in mind, but really the first step is to just get everything scanned. Throw in some Beamer parts there too, because why not? So let's get started. Alright, so first step is to put tracking dots on things. The 3D scanner doesn't like long, similar shaped objects. It'll just kind of like make it extend forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And just slowly go piece by piece. I did a video on this before, but the basic idea is I'm going to scan portions of it and then merge it together, try to make one good, clean scan. This part's a pain in the butt and will take me several hours, but, you know, it's okay. We'll figure that part out when we get there. Hopefully this stuff scans pretty cleanly. The back should be okay. I'm just really worried about the lens surface. Alrighty, let's start with the bracket. It's not a very good scan of that, but we'll figure that part out. No, infinite loop again. And just go in, just do a general. There we go. That's better. Yeah, this is going to wind up being like 12 or 13 scans I meshed together. No filthy holes. Alright, so that's something. Getting somewhere. Alright, so this is probably 7 or 8 scans, completed scans, probably about 3 dozen scans. You know, missing chunks here and there. Really minute details, but really you wanted the mounting locations of where the headlight goes and you know, the general curvature of the headlights themselves, but the mounting points have good fidelity and the rest of it's just kind of there for reference. So hopefully this can be made into something. The tracking dots made a lot of use. They were very useful. Just tracking on this large complex object is much more difficult than I thought. It would be very frustrating. And you can even see certain spots. It's not 100% there, but it's close enough. I think it's about the extent of what you're going to get from a $600 scanner. Very frustrating, but you know, it gets the job done. Alright, so after a ton of hours of scanning, this is kind of what I got going on here. The scanner really, for the life of it, did not want to pick up the edges and the interior pieces. I'm not quite sure. I was really hoping to get the fidelity on like the bulb markers, but it just did not want to pick it up. I'm getting very frustrated with the scanner. But in general, it is a decent enough scan that I can do most of what we need to. I've scanned a bunch of the other parts, and it kind of is what it is. So this is what I've got made up so far. I'm thinking about putting in these bracket pieces to hold in the actual light module. Did a shrink wrap around the cutout portion, so you at least have the bulbs going into something. I'm probably going to have to clean that up. And then I've located the dowels so far. So I've got some inserts coming in, so hopefully we can put some studs in there. This is already way too large for a print bed. I think it winds up being like 550 millimeters, something like that, which is way too much. Might do away with this portion on the left here and just make it the flat piece. But this is kind of a learning process. Not quite sure the best thing from here. Probably do a test print and make sure all the dowels still line up correctly and we can inlay them appropriately. But what's really good about the scan is that it's allowed me to place the studs where they go in real life, so I know I have the fidelity of at least where these things should line up, and then from there we'll figure out the little bits and clean up from there. So I'm not really good at this portion. It's still a learning process for me, and I'm not really sure how it's going to work out in real life, but I don't know. Let's take a look. Okay, so I got some test knurled thread brass inserts that should hopefully be strong enough to hold the studs that need to go in for holding in the taillights. And here's kind of what I have is the general basic structure. We'll probably need to tweak it here and there, but this is at least a good first stab at it. Way too large for, I think, an average print bed. So I'm going to send this to David, see if he can print it out and see how that fits. But that's a start to this. I'm not super happy with this project so far, but it's been a monumental amount of work just for something so simple, and it's very, very frustrating. But anyway, thanks for subscribing. Thanks for all the support and comments and likes and sharing and stuff like that. I'm going to probably have a big one in 2 weeks, maybe doing our Logitech one, but we'll see. Thanks, everybody. Talk to you next time. Peace.